Hey everyone, and welcome to my Donors Choose tutorial. I hope you're doing well, and I hope watching this video will help guide you through the process in creating your Donors Choose project. It's a very easy process and the website is very user-friendly, but just to ease your worries, I'm going to take you step by step and actually create a project myself so you can see exactly how to do it by watching me online. So, to start, I went to donorschoose.org, to their website. If you already have an account created, that's great. If not, it's no big deal. It's very simple to sign up. There is a link up at the top that says if you're a public school teacher in need of funding, start your project. When I clicked on that, it took me to the middle of the sign up process, which was a little bit confusing, so we're not going to use this. If you just click sign in, if you already have an account, you can go ahead and sign in. If you don't and need to create one, down at the very bottom, it'll say create your account. And I'm just going to go kind of halfway through. I'm not going to be able to actually make one because I already have an account. But just to kind of show you a little bit of what it'll look like. Once you click that, if you go up to the top on user agreement, click on number 1, you'll have some terms and agreements that you have to agree on. Just click in those boxes and click find your school. And because I've already had an account made, it's already pulling up as Pleasant Hill Elementary. There'll be a little box right here for you to type in the zip code or the name of the school. It's easier if you just type in the zip code and look for Pleasant Hill Elementary. And once you find your school and all the information is correct, you click yes, continue. Teaching details, you just click what grades you teach. If there's any certain subjects or content area that you teach, you can type it in the box right here and then click enter contact information. And this will be where you put first name, last name, cell phone number, birthday. Your birthday is optional, but I will tell you if you put it in there, they'll send you a coupon on your birthday for so much off of a project. So it may help to put your birthday in there. And your email, this says to use your personal email. When I typed in my school email, it said that sometimes school emails get lost. If you have a personal email, they prefer you to use that, but if not, you can use your work email. And that'll be your username, and then you'll create a password. And once you click review, you'll have all your information on the screen to review and to confirm that it's correct. And then once you do, there'll be a teacher tutorial that you can take that'll it's just like a little slideshow that'll kind of take you step by step. There's no videos on it. It's just steps on how to create your project. And once you're done with that, you'll get a link to your email that you put in this box right here. And I have a screenshot of what that'll look like. When you get that email, it'll look similar to this, saying that you've registered for Donors Choose. There'll be a link right here for you to click on to go and activate your account. When you click on that link, this will pop up on Donors Choose saying that you've activated your account. And you also have the option to connect on Facebook. If you want to log into Facebook, anytime you create a project, you can automatically share it on Facebook so everyone can see, and they can just click on the link to go donate to your project. That's optional. You do not have to do it. If you choose to, you just click on connect and they'll take you through that process, or otherwise just click no thanks and take me to my account. And if you click on no thanks, take me to my account, this is what the screen will look like, and you'll put in your email, which is your username, and your password, and click sign in. So I'm going to go ahead and sign in under my name. Alright, and once you're signed in to create a project, there'll be a link right here that says create a project. If you click on that, it wants to know what type of project you would like to create. You can do standard projects, which are resources for your classroom, or they also have the option for professional development, which includes some different type things, workshops, seminars, curriculum guides, books, that sort of thing. But I'm just going to do a standard one for materials for my class. So you click on standard and click let's go. Alright, and about your students, you just click the grade level of your students, how many students will benefit. If you just have one class, I have 13 in my class, so I put 13 in. If you teach multiple classes, you'll need to put the amount for all of your classes, your total number of students for the year. Alright, and to describe your students, this is kind of just a template that I use for all of my projects. I kind of keep it simple so that I can just kind of copy and paste and I don't have to retype it every time. But it's just basically telling about your students, telling about their demographics, your school, and I mentioned in here about being a Title I school, that our funds are limited, technology is limited, and how you're creating these projects to better meet the needs of your students. Alright, so once you have that typed, and you're welcome to use my example if you want to, don't have a problem with that. They also give you the option to look at some other good examples of other projects that have posted. So once you have that complete, and it'll tell you down here if it looks good or if you don't have enough words, it'll let you know, but the nice green box lets you know you're good to go. And then it wants a classroom photo. Now for your classroom photo, I always use just a picture of my classroom door, but if you have some pictures maybe of your students working in your classroom, you can't show their faces, but if they're turned to the side or from the back like I have in my picture here, you can just upload that photo and it'll serve as kind of like your profile picture for your projects. So once you have a photo, and it'll guide you through how to upload a photo off of your computer, and once your photo pops up, you click save and continue. And now we get to go shopping. So, and it gives you little tips. Projects that are under 600 have the best chance of being funded. If you're a new teacher to Donors Choose, your projects will have to be, I think it's under $400 for a new teacher, and once you get a project funded, you earn points, and you have to have points to be able to create projects. But they're very simple to do. I mean, just as simple as posting a project and turning in your thank you package, you earn points very easily, so don't worry about not having points. So the list up under here, these are all of the vendors that you can shop from. And there's Lakeshore, is very popular. Kaplan, I've ordered lots of stuff from there. Dick's Sporting Goods for maybe, PE teachers. But my favorite, of course, is Amazon. So I'm going to choose Amazon. And when you use Amazon, it'll ask you that, or tell you that you need to log into your Amazon account. If you don't have an Amazon account, it's free to create one. You can go in and create one. But I already have an account, and it's already got me logged in there. So I'm just going to click Start Shopping on Amazon. And one thing about Amazon, if you order anything off of there, it has to be a Prime item, which in Prime means that it ships out in like 2 to 3 business days. So, and it'll say Prime under each item on Amazon. Okay, and once it pulls up, it'll take me straight to Amazon, and it'll take it through Donors Choose into Amazon, and then it gives me categories that I can choose from, or if I kind of know already what I'm looking for, I can type it up in the search box. And in this case, I already have a project created for 3 Kindle Fires for my classroom. So for those Fires, I want to have a charging station that I can put them on and keep them charged in my classroom. So I'm going to look for a tablet charging station. was looking earlier at this one that I've picked out, and once you find the item that you want, you see right here where it says Prime, so I'm good to go on that. You just click on the object, and just look through it, make sure it's what you want, and if it is, just like shopping online like normal, you click Add to Cart. And if there's anything else that you want to go look for, you can type it in and go look for it. If you're done, you can click Submit these items. I am going to look back with these little wires because I know from previous experience having these charging stations, if you use the cords that come with the tablets, they're all tangled up, they're long, they get in the way, and if you got OCD like me, you don't want to look at it. So I'm going to click on these little wires to go with my charging station, and they are Prime, so I'm good to go with that, and I'm going to click Add to Cart. Alright, and I'm going to check to make sure I got what I need. Alright, and whenever you're satisfied with what you have in your cart, you got what you need, over here it'll say Submit these items for approval. You click on that, and it will redirect you back to Donors Choose. And it gives you a little summary of your cart, everything that you put in, how many of each one that you put in. Now there are labor and material fees that Donors Choose charges, and there is a donation to support Donors Choose. And I will tell you, I've had several projects that maybe only had $40 left, and Donors Choose stepped in and funded it for me. So those donations to Donors Choose really do help, and they really do take that money back to the projects. So don't stress about those donations. And my total project goal, which is how much my project is going to be, and it'll tell you, like I have here, that you must include at least $100 in resources. So your project has to be at least $100. So I'm going to go back. I'm going to click Continue Shopping. And there was one other thing I wanted to look for. Just go right back in. So try to think when you're shopping to make sure what you have is at least $100. And I'm sure we can all find something to get us up to $100. But I know I have several children who don't have headphones, so I'm going to order a couple pair of headphones. And I've already been looking earlier, and there are some cute little bears. So I'm going to click on those, and I'm going to order, I'm going to do 6. That way I'll have some for my Fires and some extra ones for my laptops. So I click my quantity, Add to Cart, submit these items for approval. And once it takes me back to my cart summary, now you can see that my total project goal is over $100, so I'm good to go with that. If you want to keep shopping, you can, or if you're good with what you have, you can move on. So in the summarize what's in my cart, this is just a very brief statement of basically you're just saying what your students need. So I'm going to put that my students need, I'll put a tablet charging station and headphones. Very simple, very brief. And it tells me that I have 2 words to go before I can move on. So I'll say my students need a tablet charging station and headphones for, we'll put literacy centers. And there's my green box. It says I'm nice, good to go. And I click Save and Continue. Alright, project details. This is where you put in your project title. They prefer you to make kind of a cute little title, something that would catch a donor's attention when they're looking at it. I'm just gonna put charging up to read. Charging up to read. That's gonna be my title. Got the green box, so I'm good to go. And about your project, this is where you talk about how your students will use the materials, how is it going to improve their education, how is it going to improve their lives. I've already kind of gone ahead and typed a little bit out here, kind of speed up the process some. So I'm just going to copy and paste. And again, a lot of times on my projects I'll use this same paragraph, but I'll just go in and tweak for whatever my project is for. So you don't have to actually retype all this every time. Once you do your first project, you can kind of copy and paste and just change a few words and move right along, and it'll make the process a whole lot quicker. Alright, so I have my green box. And you're welcome to use mine, tweak it, or you can look for some more examples right there. But when you get that and you're good to go, subject areas, you have to choose at least 2 subject areas. Choose up to 2. I guess you could choose 1. But I'll choose literacy and math. And any other subjects that apply to you, you can click on them. And once you click on your subjects, click Save and Continue. And it'll take you back to review and edit your project. And just kind of look over it. Make sure your title looks good. Make sure everything is spelled correctly. Sounds good. No grammatical errors. And it'll have your picture over here that you chose. Choose a profile picture if you want to. Has your information down here, how many students your project will reach, your district, and the subjects that you chose are all over here. But anyway, reviewing over my project, this is just kind of showing everything that you bought, where all the money's coming from, and then my total was $189.26. And when everything looks good, you're happy with what you want. If you don't like it, you can just click edit and go in and change whatever you need to. But when you think you're ready, you go down and click submit your project, and you're done. Now, when you submit your project, DonorsChoose has to approve it. So it doesn't automatically go on to DonorsChoose just yet for people to donate. But you can still send a link or share on Facebook of your project, and people can donate, and once your project is published, then the donations will show up. And I created a project Tuesday night, and it'll tell you in your email that it takes up to 5 business days to be approved. I did my project Tuesday night. Wednesday afternoon I received an email saying that my project had been approved and it was published and ready, and I'll actually show you the email. When you create your project and you hit submit, you'll get an email congratulating you on submitting your project, and it'll tell you that it has to be approved to be published. And once it is approved, you'll receive an email that looks similar to this. It'll say that your project is live and ready to receive donations, which means it's on the website and people can actually go in and make donations. Now, one good thing about DonorsChoose, when I went to my training back in September, the Francis P. Bunnell Foundation, located in Georgetown, they cater to DonorsChoose. They want to give money to DonorsChoose. Every project that I have created, the Francis P. Bunnell Foundation has donated half the money to my project. And as of right now, they have a lot of money that they're wanting to give to projects in Georgetown County. So this is kind of why we're doing this little competition, so to say, is so teachers can create projects and that foundation can give money to have these projects funded. So I received an email from that the Francis P. Bunnell Foundation will match donations to my project, which means if somebody gives $50 to my project, Francis P. Bunnell will match it and they'll give $50. So technically, I really only have to have donations for half of my project because the foundation will pay for the other half. But it's only for a limited time, so the more people that you can get to donate faster, the better. So, once you have all of it set up and it's been published, I'm going to go back in and let you see what it looks like once it's been published and it's ready. So when you sign into your account, you just click on your name up here. You can click projects, and it'll show you if you want to create another project. You can. I still have 1 point left, so I could create another small project like I just did. This shows me projects that I've submitted but they are pending review. Any funded projects that need action. Sometimes if there's something wrong with your project, maybe something isn't spelled right, or maybe they think you need to reword a section, they'll send you an email and tell you what areas you need to change so you can resubmit it. And I've had to do that before. It was no big deal. It was very simple. And these are my live projects. This is the one that I made Tuesday for my Kindle Fires. And this is what it'll look like. It'll tell you how much is still needed, what your goal is. This is where people can give. They can type in an amount and donate. This is where it tells me that all donations are currently being doubled by Francis P. Bunnell. And this is all my information that any donor can look at and see. And back on the previous page, when Francis P. Bunnell does matching donations, it will show up right here. Or any other type of matching donation you have. There's lots of foundations and companies that match donations or just give to projects, and those will show up right here. And it tells me that my project expires February 9th, 2018. And you always have the option, you can email the link to friends or you can share it on Facebook at any time. I periodically will share mine on Facebook because different people see it at different times. If you decide you don't want your project, you can remove it. But I've had donors from California donate to my project, so you don't ever know who's out there looking. So just keep it on there, and if it expires, you can always just create it again. So that is pretty much it. I hope it doesn't seem too overwhelming. I know it's a lot for people who have never created one, but I promise it's not as complicated as it seems. And being the leader for Pleasant Hill for Donors Choose, I will have time set aside 2 afternoons a week for anyone who needs help. I will sit down, I will help you create it, I'll help you find materials, I'll help you word whatever you need for your essays to put on your projects. Just let me know and I'll be more than happy to help.